I am Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher 33, and I've been talking about breath on this channel quite a bit recently. And that is because it's really hit home with me just how powerful breath work practices are, whether that be a simple meditative breath where we're breathing intentionally, the box breathing style, and we're reflecting on the connection with our breath and our physiology. We're letting thoughts go. We're allowing that breath to deepen and fill our soul, fill our vessel, and return to a place of relaxation. Or whether that be the very powerful shamanic breath, the breath that my good friends Belen and Jonathan share with me when they host breath workshops with their powerful energy that they bring. And the breath that they share, on the surface, it would seem that you're bringing someone into a state of anxiety because it's just very, it's very high. It's full, yet it's high, and it's very intense. And when most people go into that type of breath, once again, they get memories that show up, sometimes memories of other lives, but memories of darkness, memories of that unhealed trauma starts to show up in their conscious mind. That's been my case, and again, that's been the case of others who have shared when we go through these practices. And I believe part of that is because that type of breath is connected somewhat with the breathing that we go into when we are in those traumatic states. The only difference is the traumatic breathing, the breathing when we're in a fight or flight state, it's very, it's high and it's very shallow. The shamanic breathing is full and it's intentional. It's very powerful, but it is high up. And once again, I believe part of the intention is to go back in to those places of unhealed trauma in our shadow, and the breath is that tool for doing it. It goes back into those places that we've buried, that we've forgotten, that we don't want to look at, that we're just on autopilot because it's too painful to look at, and it brings that pain to the surface. And sometimes with that pain comes tears. And these tears are a beautiful thing because when these tears come, that's the process of healing. That's the process of reconciling with our shadow and letting go, ultimately, of the pain we've held on to that protected us, that protected our identity, but now we're letting go of because it no longer serves us. And one can do affirmations all day, but affirmations are just going to reveal what you truly believe. And deep down inside, if you still believe the identity that these trauma programs are put in place to preserve, then your I ams are just going to reinforce more of the identity of the trauma programs, and they're going to reinforce it powerfully. So I've found great value and great benefit in going into these physiological practices of facing the shadow. Our shadow is in our body, it's in our cells. And simply talking about it, simply going into the mind is not enough. And once again, the breath work practice is something that has been amazing for me. Now, this practice, once again, is not accessible to everybody. And it's something that you would really need a skilled practitioner to hold space for you, because it's the thing that it's going to open up so much energy, and it does open up so much energy. If someone is not grounded with a skilled practitioner, they would potentially go insane. It kind of works in the same way of these psychedelic trips, because these walls that our ego has put in place, it breaks them right down. It breaks them down. And some people simply can't handle that. They can't handle what shows up. But again, if you're fortunate enough to have a skilled practitioner and you have that opportunity, I've found just amazing value from going in there. And once again, it's just because you don't have something like this available to you doesn't mean you're not going to be able to have a practice to face your shadow and heal your shadow if you're called to do that, which if you've watched this video to this point, this idea is something that resonates with you. So I'm going to end this transmission once again, and I wanted to say just a bit of thanks for this beautiful day. I'll turn around here in the woods behind me, and the sun is shining, and it's just a magical day. And I want to thank anybody who connects with what I do on this channel. Thank you for being here and sharing this journey. And I'm now going to end this transmission. And I wish you strength, I wish you peace, and I wish you a full, expansive life. And I will see you on the other side, my friends. Be well.